Welcome to Joyful Jen Yoga. Today's practice is a Yin practice, which means we'll be holding poses for a little bit longer and we'll be looking to get into our connective tissue and our fascia. So, with that in mind, you might want a bolster, you might want a blanket, you might want blocks as props. We'll be looking at some more upper body focused stretches today. So this would be appropriate for somebody who needs some opening around their heart, their upper back, their shoulders, specifically any athlete who has a very upper body focused sport. So any racket sports or paddling, things like that. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll begin in a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you. I'm sitting on the edge of a blanket to keep my pelvis neutral. Starting with a nice tall spine, reaching the crown of the head up toward the sky. Finding neutral here so that we're not tipping forward and we're not rounded back. We're just in that neutral space. Let your elbows hang heavy from your shoulders, palms in whatever position works for you. Let your eyes soften closed here and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Notice if it's easier to breathe when you're sitting up tall than if you find yourself kind of slouched forward. Try to find that space of ultimate breath. For Boston, it's lying on her side apparently. Letting your body observe what it needs today. And then bringing in a mantra with our practice. We'll inhale so, exhale hum. Inhale so, exhale hum. So this mantra can be done in your mind. It means I am that. So hum. Letting your mind stay focused on your breath and on your mantra. Noticing when other thoughts come into your mind, can you bring yourself back to focus? Inhale so, exhale hum. Take another breath here. Mind focused on your mantra. So hum. And then let your eyes flutter back open. And we'll come into a hands and knees position so you can sweep your feet back behind you. I always like to use a blanket underneath my knees just because we're here for a little bit longer. So from hands and knees, we'll begin in a quarter dog position. So our right arm will extend out, our palm will face down. Left arm will come so that it's parallel to the top of the mat. And we'll rest our forehead on our left forearm, extending that right arm out in front of you. You're melting down through your right shoulder and the right side of your chest. Notice if this feels like a lot of sensation, be mindful. Return your mind to your mantra. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And if you notice, it's very close to the natural sound that your breath makes. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Ten steady breaths here. Allow another deep breath. And then start to lift back up. Slide the right hand under your right shoulder, left hand under left shoulder. We'll inhale, pull our heart forward, and exhale, round in. 2 more cat-cows here just to release that. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, neutral. We'll extend the left arm now. Right forearm parallel to the top edge of the mat. Make that pillow for your forehead and walk that left arm forward as you melt down toward the ground. Notice how this side, the shoulder feels. And then return into your so hum. 10 breaths. Take another steady breath in and out. We'll slide that left hand underneath left shoulder, right hand's under right shoulder. Take a moment to connect through your core, and we'll melt our heart down toward the ground and then press up in between the shoulder blades. So elbows stay straight, core is engaged. You're just melting your heart down and pressing back up. So movement around your scapula, melt down, press up. 2 more, melt down, press up, melt down, and press up. And just notice how that felt in your body. We're going to let our knees go wide now. Crawl the right hand forward and slide the left arm underneath the right. Now, when I come into this twisted child's pose, I do like to bring my right hand over to the left a little bit. You don't have to, of course. And then let your body start to settle in. Let your eyes soften closed. Observe how the outer left shoulder and maybe even into your lats, if it feels sore, if it feels necessary to open. 10 steady breaths. Come into your soul hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Let your body relax into the shape. Let your hips go heavy. And let your shoulders invite opening. Allow another deep breath in and out. Sliding the right elbow in and under your shoulder. Lift on up and come back to all fours. Notice. And then start to drop your belly down. Move your waist to the right. Press up, rounding. Move your waist to the left. And round like a big cement mixer here with your torso. And then pause, moving the other way. Ribs to the left, round up, ribs to the right, and circle around. And back to neutral. From hands and knees, let your knees go wide. Reach your left hand forward and slide your right arm underneath. Come to the outside of that right shoulder and then start to play and adjust on this side. Notice if it feels good to walk the left fingertips over to the right a little. Don't worry if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Allow those hips to grow heavy. Soften your jaw, soften your brow. Open up through that right outer shoulder, maybe a little bit into your side body as well. And steady breath, so hum. Another steady deep breath. And then letting that left elbow get heavy. Sliding your left hand in, lifting up to all fours. One last little movement here on all fours. Start to circle shoulders around wrists, hips around knees. Pause, circle in the other direction. And then we'll lower our forearms down to the ground. Wiggle your feet back, coming onto your stomach. We'll bring elbows under shoulders, pull heart forward, coming into Sphinx pose. When I find Sphinx pose, I like to walk my feet wide. You can let your eyes get soft here. You could gaze down or close them completely. If you find that holding your head up gets exhausting, you can always take a block underneath your forehead for a little bit of support here. So do what's necessary, do what's right for your body. And come into your steady rhythm of so hum. Allow those shoulder blades to continue down your back. Allow another deep breath here. And then we'll slide our elbows out to the side, resting your forehead on your hands. Notice the spaces, maybe that dull, achy sensation from holding the pose for a while. Allow that sensation to spread out from your low back, from your shoulders. Even as you rest in these in-between shapes, you can bring your mind back to so hum. I am that. Then invite your knees to bend here, and then just windshield wiper feet side to side a little wiggle through the hips and the low back. Notice how that feels. Relaxing your legs down. Then lifting back up, keeping your legs back behind you. We'll walk our left arm forward and slide our right arm underneath our left, and then take the left hand out in front of you. So you're creating like a little cross with your arms. Now, you can let your head hang heavy. You can have a block under your forehead. This can be quite sensational in your shoulders, so allow your body to relax as best it can. Only go so far as you feel you need to. See where you can be soft. See where you can relax into this. Inhale so, exhale hum. Relax even more through your jaw, through the back of your neck. Five more steady breaths on this side. Gently begin to lift your chest. Slide your left arm out and then extend your right arm. Left arm slides under. Right arm moves across. Notice how this might feel very different even though you're just switching which arm's in front. And then allow your body to drop back over your shoulders. Observe if your dominant arm, if that shoulder feels more or less sensation in the stretch. Notice where your mind goes. If you find yourself losing your mantra, bring your mind back. So hum. Take another deep breath in on this side and out. Start to draw your arms back out from underneath you and rest either cheek on the mat or forehead on your hands. Notice how your shoulders are feeling. Coming up to all fours. When you feel ready, take time and we'll transition into a seated position. I'm going to sit up on the edge of a blanket again. That might be useful for you. So we'll come into a seated shoelace pose, which can be a lot in the hips. So if it's a lot and you find that you're much more comfortable in a cross-legged seat, find that. Otherwise, wiggle your right knee out in front of you, and then take your right heel towards your left glute, and then cross your left knee over your right, so creating this, in Yin we call it shoelace, in our vinyasa practice we tend to call it a gomukhasana. So find those legs. Your heels can be as close or far away to your hips as feels right. And again, if this doesn't work, feel free to find a double pigeon or a cross-legged seat. And as you arrive here, just kind of notice what's going on in those hips. And then bring your arms all the way up, and then draw your arms out like a cactus. Cross your right elbow on top of your left. Two options: hands on shoulders, or find a full eagle bind with your arms. Wherever you are, we'll take a breath to lift up, and on exhale, we'll fold over those legs. So there's a fair amount of hip sensation, but we're getting a nice little stretch through the shoulders as well. Returning right back. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. On your next breath in, start to unwind your arms, sit up. If it feels okay to stay in the seat, go for it, and if it doesn't, adjust. We'll take our right arm, reach it up to the sky with our palm face back behind us. Bend your right elbow and give yourself a little pat on the back. Left hand takes the right elbow, and we'll lift up, elbow pressing up to the sky. Your right hand walks down your spine, right in between your shoulder blades. Take another full breath in. And out, gently release, and then take your left hand, turn the left thumb down, palm away, and we'll take the back of the hand onto your low back. That might be enough sensation, right? You might get plenty going on here. If you'd like, you could take your right hand, interlace it, and draw the left hand over to the right hip. As you do that, you might play with letting your right ear drop down to your right shoulder, getting a little bit more of a stretch through the right side, or the left side of your neck. Left upper shoulder, delt. Another deep breath here. Releasing, letting your arms shake out. Oh. And then switch the cross of your legs. So left knees under, right knees on top, or right shins on top, or ankles in front. Right? Whatever suits your body. Find that space. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out into the cactus shape, and then left elbow over right. Hands on shoulders, or that full eagle bind. Take a breath in, and on exhale, we'll fold over those legs. Oh, notice how your hips feel. Notice if you can kind of puff up the back part of your heart, almost like you're trying to spread your shoulder blades apart. Where can you be softer? Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Another deep breath here. And gently unwind. Come all the way back up. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Palm faces back behind you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Right hand finds your left elbow. Keep pulling the back of your head back. It's going to want to jut forward here a little bit. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And gently release that. And then we'll take our right hand, thumb faces down, reach that hand back of the hand comes to your low back. And again, you might just pull that elbow straight back and that might be plenty. Or you can interlace your left hands around your right and kind of pull the hand over to your left hip. And then let that left ear get heavy towards your left shoulder. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Another steady breath in. And out. Gently release your arm. Give your arms a shake. Give your legs a shake. Before we make our way onto our backs, taking your blanket or your towel, whatever you have nearby, we'll fold it and then start to roll it up. So it creates a nice little roll about that diameter, maybe 4 inches across. And we'll take the blanket and place it right at the edge of our sacrum, right by our tailbone. And we'll lower back over the blankets so that the blanket or the towel is matching your spine. Arms can come out to the sides here. Knees can stay bent if you'd like, or you could relax your legs all the way down into shavasana. If you find that the blanket under your back is too much, you can always take it out from underneath you. Otherwise, we'll drop into our relaxation. Perhaps you breathe, so hum a few more times, and then just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to experience this shape, this space. Allow yourself to be soft. Melting over that blanket. Open heart. Release in your shoulders. So hum, I am that. Letting your body relax all the way to your fingertips. all the way down to your toes. Allow your body another deep breath and relaxation. Remember, you can always stay resting here or in meditation. And begin to reawaken, wiggling fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists, stretching arms up overhead. Take a full body breath in and a big out your mouth. Bending into your knees. Roll to whichever side you'd like. Slide that blanket out from underneath you. Pause for a moment on your side. Consider all the light, all the love, and all the peace that are in your heart. Dedicate them out to someone you know who's suffering today. Use your hands, press all the way up to a seat. And when you arrive seated, use the edge of your blanket if you'd like. Hands will reach all the way up overhead, maybe noticing the freedom you have in your shoulders as you reach your arms up. And take your hands down to hearts. Bowing forehead to fingertips in gratitude. I wish you all abundant joy. Be well.